FIFA is targeting influencers at every level. There's a problem ahead. The United States warns that influencers who create content will have to have a journalist visa. Otherwise, they will be deported. Ha, ha, ha. This news is real, but it's not the only one. Let's take a look. FIFA has blocked my video from Mexico. Are they recording the reactions of the fans in the area designated for them? They claim this is protected by copyright. Exactly. This person recorded the screen, recorded some things like that from the stadium, and they shut him down. Look, they ended up taking down his video because of copyright. Imagine that. And this is not a coincidence because FIFA has become very, very strict. Pay attention.
FIFA tightened the restrictions for all these people who create content for the matches of this World Cup. First, if you're a fan and you stream or restream matches on your social media, the fine is between $1,000 and $10,000.
Up to $10,000 for restreaming a match on your social media. Of course, it makes perfect sense.
Second, sharing goals, penalties, or plays, fine. Just imagine.
Of $1,000.
And that is also...
very strong.
Can't you, let's say, record a penalty?
You can't.
You can record it, but FIFA says you can't publish it.
It's group broadcast via Zoom. There's also a fine between $1,000 and $10,000.
Yes, of course. Let's see, a group broadcast where you're on Zoom, right? With several people and you're streaming the match yourself from the stadium. Basically, what they're trying to do is supposedly prevent piracy.
Posting screenshots for commercial purposes. Filming the stadium's giant screens.
That happened to the other person from Europe, right?
Recording the broadcast screen and posting it on social media. Well, that's true. You can't do that either. If you're a media outlet, you won't be able to broadcast video footage of the World Cup. Digital media won't be able to publish official videos. Agencies will need a license to distribute photos or videos. FIFA as well. Pay attention to this. It's super important. This year, FIFA is protecting terms like FIFA, FIFA World Cup, and FIFA FanFest even more. Just so you're clear, okay?
Okay. We're going to continue with this in a moment. But guys, the situation in the United States is also very real. Look, the United States is warning influencers and content creators. For those who don't know, if you travel to the United States as a tourist, you need a visa, especially if you're from Latin America, unless you're from Chile. And the visa is the B1, B2. That's a visa for tourism and business. But be careful, this is very important. When they talk about business, it means you can go, right? And talk to people, look for some way to start a business, to get hired by a company or something like that, and then get another visa. But you're not meant to profit in the United States. If you travel to the United States with a B1, B2 visa, you're not supposed to post videos that generate income. Just imagine what I'm telling you. It's crazy. And this isn't new, but now with the World Cup, FIFA and the United States government are getting very, very strict. Look, influencers and content creators won't be able to generate income. Look, through monetized activities, sponsorships, advertising, YouTube, TikTok, among others, if they enter the country with a B2 tourist visa during the 2026 World Cup. The authorities consider those activities as unauthorized work, which constitutes a violation of the visa conditions. And it can lead to deportation, visa cancellation, or restrictions on future entries to the country. Be very careful because this law is not new. This law has always existed. Or rather, this rule. It's a rule. But now they have made it stricter. As a result, influencers and content creators who enter the United States with a B2 tourist visa will not be able to receive or earn income from activities carried out during their stay, including sponsorships and monetization on social media. That's pretty harsh. I mean, basically, I, for example, wouldn't be able to go to the United States and record a vlog at the stadium. Supposedly, I wouldn't be allowed to. Just imagine, that's really, really harsh. But anyway, let's continue with this. All right.
Using them to promote products or services without authorization can lead to legal action for intellectual property infringement. Restaurants, cafes, hotels, shopping centers, and other establishments will not be able to broadcast the World Cup matches during their business hours without the specific license.
Be careful, and this has become especially strict in Mexico, the United States, and Canada, which are the host countries of the World Cup. However, for example, in the city of Cancun, which I often criticize for what the government does, at least there the government of Cancun said, we are not going to check anything. We are going to turn a blind eye. We're going to pretend we're blind. If you restaurant owners want to show any World Cup match, you can do it. Nothing will happen to you, just imagine. Very intense. Let's continue.
No, I mean as long as you don't charge your customers an entrance fee, the restrictions also apply to hotels.
To hotels.
They won't be able to show the matches in lobbies, restaurants, meeting rooms, or common areas without prior authorization.
The People's World Cup.
Fines and penalties. Fans between $1,000 and $10,000. Unlicensed media between $13,000 and $30,000. Bars and hotels between $5,000 and $50,000. And streaming platforms up to $100,000 in fines.
No?
For broadcasting matches, guys?
So no, this is too much. Here they're telling us to see how they find content creators that some companies use to promote their brand. In fact, here they're telling us breaking news. Goodbye to influencers from the United States.
Hey, this seems crazy to me.
Heads up, there's something important I forgot to mention. It's not that it's goodbye to influencers from the United States, but rather to influencers who go from abroad to the United States to make World Cup content. I mean, if you have a US visa, if you are a US resident, there's no problem at all. The only issue is if you have a tourist visa and plan to create content there.
The United States is going to deport all influencers who go there to create content. Yes, exactly. Any influencer they see creating content about the World Cup in the United States will be deported. That's right, this is breaking news. The United States immigration authorities have issued an official warning stating that any influencer who is going to create content about the World Cup inside the United States will have to have a journalist visa. Otherwise, they will be deported.
Oh.
Damn, all the influencers who are currently in the United States to create content about the World Cup and don't have a journalist visa.
The vast majority, to be honest.
Get ready and God bless you. The United States went too far.
And look, most likely, the vast majority of influencers won't be identified. I mean, they won't realize they created content in the United States. That's the most likely scenario. However, if they do notice that you did it, be careful because the United States got tough. They're not playing around, guys. But well, to be very honest with you, I think that even so, many people are going to applaud this measure from FIFA because a lot of people are tired of influencers who are being sponsored by brands to go to the World Cup. Many of these influencers have nothing to do with soccer, they don't know anything about soccer, and yet there they are at the World Cup invited by brands. I mean, they didn't pay or buy their ticket, and well, people kind of hate many of them right now. So despite everything, I think this measure will be one that will be applauded by a lot of people. In fact, there are people here who say, yes, it's good that these guys pay taxes, since they make money and don't report it. Those of us who work in the United States pay our taxes. They should do it too, people here say. Incredible. And well, as you may have noticed, people seem to be largely supporting this. Well, at least when it comes to the restaurants, I do think FIFA is being a bit exaggerated and extreme. Because people often go to restaurants to watch the matches. They're going to have a good time. They want to watch soccer, not in their favorite restaurant. They want to go out to eat or have dinner with friends. And now they won't be able to because of this nonsense. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.